How you doing? Geek protagonist. As you can see, got the only Harley shirt I own, which would be appropriate because I came to the realization I did watch the first season and I didn't review it. So, the Harley Quinn cartoon show. There's a power up review. What that means is that the first part I will do everything in my power to avoid spoilers. But the second part, uh, is basically powering up, and the second part, when I'm fully powered up, I will give some spoilers or sometimes spoil just straight through. But yeah, I actually wanted to review the show because I think it's a very interesting experiment that I think should other things should take cues from. So the way this show goes, it's kind of the same story I've noticed that they've been trying to push with Harley Quinn. Like she's usually away from Joker, and so basically there's a situation where her Joker breaks up. That you see that in the trailer. That's kind of like I said, a running theme of Harley Quinn when it seems like she first starts in any movies or anything. And as you start to go through it, what makes it so cool is that she's someone. It doesn't feel like they're preaching at you, going, "Oh, well, she's a woman and she has to hear me roar." But at the same time, she's a woman. She's gonna do it. Hear her roar. It's kind of like that. And the thing is that when she realizes where everything is, she has to work her way through it. Now, what makes the show really cool is that it's very endearing. Even through, it's a black comedy, definitely. It has violence, it has things, but then they like explain the different levels, and it's kind of funny to see how the things are viewed through their eyes and how it's skewed a little bit in this world, if that makes sense. Where you can almost see it like, well, if it's coming from Harley's point of view, this is how she sees it. Um, they have Kelly Cuoco, who plays the voice of Harley. I was fine with it. I was fine with the other one from Big Bang Theory doing it too. I think they actually fit. Like, if they transitioned either one of them to live action, and, outside of Margot Robbie, I wouldn't be mad. I'd be like, I could see it. So, some people didn't like the other one with Batman Harley Quinn. I don't know. I did. One day I'll go through the cartoon movies of DC. There's a lot of them. So, I already did one. But I gotta sit down and think about how I'm going to approach this when I do that. Maybe on someone's anniversary or something, like another anniversary, since I know we just passed Robin's. But yeah, the show has a lot of heart. It's funny. It's very endearing. They play with the quirks and the things of each of the characters, and the characters that she get with. If you see in the trailer, so you know she does get a crew. But how those things had to happen, and also, honestly, being a comic book fan, the deep well that they dug into to pull out certain characters, it was like, yo, like, it's Clayface, but it's not the Clayface that you're used to if you watch the animated series. Um, the way they did Doctor Psycho is very funny. How the criminals and the heroes are kind of so commonplace that there's like shows with them on there and they're just guests, and they explain their things is very, very interesting. Um, Alan Tudyk plays Joker. Once again, Alan Tudyk is for me, I feel he's one of the most underrated actors out there. The guy can play a jerk. He can play a sweetheart. He can play a bad guy, good guy. He was Turbo and Wreck-It Ralph. It's Turbo-tastic. And here's what I'm going to say, and I don't mean it the way it's about to sound, because I love Mark Hamill's Joker. I think Mark Hamill is a very good voice actor. The problem is, it's kind of the same thing I think like John DiMaggio when he plays Bender, but he also plays Jake. Now, there is some inflection differences, but you can hear it. Now, I do like he puts on that, I think it's John DiMaggio, but he puts on that when he's Bender is like, yeah, like that, where Jake is like, hey, man. So they have that, but it's still close. And a lot of times when I hear Mark Hamill, like when he was on Ninja Turtles, I immediately heard Joker. Now he put a little flair on it when he was a certain type of character, which I'm not going to spoil anything, but he did voice act a character. But a lot of times when I hear him voice act, sometimes he really does push it, but I usually hear some form of the Joker. And like I said, it's not bad or anything because he still does the inflections, but sometimes he leans a little into it. It's like he did the voice so long, it's hard for him to get away from it. But it does work on pretty much every level. And like I said, I love Mark Hamill, his Joker. But Alan Tudyk, I gotta give it to him. He's giving him a run for his money. Like I'm really feeling Alan Tudyk, like where he goes Harley, and the way he inflects words like "Ha, this is great," and it's like, yo, it actually really fits Joker. Like I could totally see Joker saying that, and it was sounding like that, and the voice acting, like I said, it's very well done. The friendship and relationship between Poison Ivy, I think is great with Harley, and how like Lake Bell is doing a phenomenal job. It's so interesting to hear her. I don't hear Lake Bell's voice when I hear her. I feel like they're complete people, and that's great. Everyone on this show, when you hear them talk, I don't really hear the voices. I hear the stuff, but it feels like I'm watching them, not watching her do voice actors. And some of them do it, but they do a very good job with that. Let's see who else was in here. Oh, Diedrich Bader plays Batman, which I was totally cool with because I love not Pure Batman. I don't even know how that popped in my head. Batman Brave and the Bold. Ron Funches plays Nano King Shark, makes sense. Tony Hale plays Dr. Cisco Psycho Felix Faust. Jason Alexander plays Cyborgman. JB Smoove plays Frank the Plant. Definitely tell it's him. Alan Tudyk plays Joker. Baslo Carlo, which is actually really awesome. Clayface, Julian Day, and Calendar Man. They got some additional voices in here for different people. Bane is hilarious because he talks like he does in a movie. I don't care what anyone says. He sounds like a train conductor and he sounds stupid. In that third movie, oh, you're gonna fight like a younger man, industry. Like, isn't he like Mexican and British? But okay. So yeah, and they really play that up. And Joker plays pranks, and they really play it up. And I think they felt similar to how I felt. Brian Kawuko. Oh, I'm sorry, Brianna Kawuko plays Barbara Gordon, or Batgirl, which I know that's a newer character. I guess that's her sister or something. I don't know. But there's like a lot of different characters. George Lopez, he plays himself. Howie Mandel played himself. That was funny. Vanessa Marshall plays Princess Diana, Wonder Woman, Doris Zool, Giganta, Joey Day. So they got a lot of actors in here, and they really pulled off. James Wolt plays Superman. Jacob Tremblay plays Damian Wayne Robin, and it is hilarious. But the show basically builds on itself. It's her going through trying to find her own path, but yet her having her things with Joker, and it in its own crazy quirky way, it shows how hard it is to break up with someone and how deep it can go and how rough it can be, and especially in an abusive relationship. And they still played it where it's an abusive relationship and she was giving more she could take, and it was a toxic relationship, and you really see it pan through the show. It's so well done, and how she has to get there. Also, before I go into any spoiler territory, Kite Man is incredible, and ever since they did the War of Jokes and Riddles, and they brought Kite Man to that limelight, and that proves you can take a comic book character that's ridiculous, and if you do him right, it could be great. And Kite Man was awesome in the War of Jokes and Riddles. And in this show, I got love for that dude. As a matter of fact, who is Kite Man in there? Matt Oberg. He plays a few people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. But does a fantastic job. It's like Kite Man. And the way his character is, he's so entertaining. So I would say if you are a Harley Quinn fan, or if you're a DC cartoon fan, or if you like black comedies and adult kind of comedies like back in the day, like The Head and stuff like that, definitely check out Harley Quinn. the cartoon show. I'm going to highly recommend that. You probably will not be disappointed. And I'm going to give it as a should buy because I was pleasantly surprised. I actually watched a couple episodes more than once just to get that feel for it. But yeah, but basically, the power it up is done. Now it's time for a little bit of spoilers. Okay, so first off, the ending to the season was great, where Joker does kind of like this King Joker took over the city thing, and Batman was in trouble, and how he found out who Batman was, and it put Batman in a non-perfected position, and Batman was kind of a little bit more humanized in odd ways, and I really like that. Damien being the little kid was hilarious. I'm a sweet little pie. It's just great, and it's so funny. But her dealing with it when they go into her brain, and when you see like Joker is like all over her brain, that was crazy. That episode was awesome because she like and like literally cracked herself in her consciousness. Uh, the way they play Doctor Psycho in them and how they have to grow, the jokes are spot on. It's charming. It has violence, like when she breaks the dude's kneecaps. It's kind of similar to the movie Birds of Prey, where they did something. And just in case you didn't see my Birds of Prey review, I'm not going to do it. But you did see it in the trailer. She kind of jumps on the dude's knee. It's nothing compared to that. Like, she's a good fighter, but she's also a good gymnast, and it's very convincing because she'll fight with a bat. She takes hits, but she kind of maneuvers and she pops them in different angles. And I'm like, that's how Harley should be fighting. She gets them, she catches them in different angles and then catches them off guard. Shooting up, destruction, cursing, the way Penguin's depicted. Kite Man is just great. When especially goes Kite Man, hell yeah! And especially at the end when Kite Man steps up, it's fantastic how he deals with Harley. And he's very funny. He's used for a gag, but when he comes through when it counts, it really does do that, and it was very impressive. And their relationship, I like the fact that they kept it as a friendship, not because I have a problem with any lettered community thing. I feel like too many things try to push the agenda, and in this they didn't. Even if she does get with someone, that's fine. But I like the way they did it because it gave Kite Man something to shoot for, and it also has Poison Ivy really not trying to be that criminal, and it also explains the different levels of criminal to how Harley is kind of just a bad person, but she's not a terrible person. To some of them who are like, she was like, "You're basic television. This person's the cable of evil." I love that line. But when Harley held up the city and they actually did what she said, and they had the racetrack, oh my goodness, it was great. Oh, it was nuts. Oh man. But like when they had the thing with Legion of Doom, how Lex Luthor was in there, um, and how they act like they wanted Harley, but they wanted Poison Ivy because Poison Ivy is extremely powerful. Frank is great. After Joker hijacks a robbery on the third episode, which was So You Need a Crew. When Harley realizes, that's when she starts working on getting the crew, and she gets like the lowest of the low, gets like the original Clay face. King Shark comes later, but he's great because he's kind of just a computer nerd, but then yet he will bite someone's head off, and it's just fantastic. And the joke with Bane and how Joker played him, the series is very well done. Now I through each episode, finding Mr. Right, when they steal Batman because she's trying to get a nemesis. She has one being Harley Quinn while they were doing a new lair, and then all this stuff, Doctor Psycho, and they were kind of dealing with Borgman finds Harley and the crew comatose, and that was crazy because they were about to kill him. It was hilarious. You're a damn good cop, Jim Gordon. That was great with him befriending a hand because he wanted to befriend Batman. The line, which is with the Queen of Fables and how she came along and did stuff. I think it's Wanda Sykes. Uh, LORD, with the Atlantean jewels, which is Aquaman, which was great because Aquaman would like have weird conversations with fish and he had long hair. I liked how they did him in this. He's like, heck yeah, yeah. Like it was. It reminded me of the one that was from Brave and Bold. Outrageous, but in a different way, a good way. A seat at the table. Nurse, Harley Quinn, Highway, which was crazy. That's the episode they did that. Devil's Snare. There's just so much that they really did, and if you like Harley Quinn and you like DC stuff and you want a good show and you're also upset because they didn't do Deadpool, this is a great alternative. So, like I said, it's definitely a should buy. I just wanted to drop that out there. But basically, that's it. It's cool. Definitely watch it. I think you'll like it. This is the Geek Protagonist, and that was my Power Up review. Hope you enjoyed. Like I said, it's a should buy, and have a nice one. Hey, this is the Geek Protagonist. Thank you for visiting my channel. Like, subscribe, share. Tell me what you think. You heard my thoughts. And also hit that bell notification so you can be aware of any videos I do. Just click. And just take care of yourselves. Thank you. I really appreciate you coming to my channel. I appreciate you sharing this time with me. All right? So the Geek Protagonist is out, and discuss in the comments. Suggestions, anything. See ya.